I said last time that I should have like a starting catchphrase for my streams, and I don't have one yet, or not a catchphrase, but starting saying something, a script. I think the word here I'm looking for is a script. I don't have a script. I don't have a script yet. Who needs a script? Let me see if I can show what I've been doing, or what I just did right now. I was watching this really cool streamer person. Let me find their channel. Hold on. Let me see. Following. Here we go. Okay. I was following this person, or looking at this person's stream, and they seem like a very, very nice, cool, fun person. I was really... Hold on, I gotta fix my Discord overlay so I don't share it with others. But I was really happy when I saw this stream, because this person is doing a kind of stream that I want to do, which is like a co-working stream. And she also has a VTuber model, which I like, because I think I want a VTuber model. I think that'd be fun. And she also, I actually don't know their gender, but they were very friendly. And I want more streamer friends. That's kind of what I'm realizing now, is I want more streamer friends, and this person seems like a person that could be a friend. Whether that happens or not, we'll see. But you know, like this is great. This was kind of like what I was looking for. I was looking for community, and I'm finding it. I'm finding community. That's been really strange. It's a really, really strange experience, and I'm gonna keep putting her in the background because I think they were doing some really cool stuff. A lot of stuff that I want to do. I gotta fix my Discord so that I have streamer mode enabled. I don't know where to enable that. Come on. Appearance, maybe? Accessibility? Registered games, game overlay. How do I enable streamer mode? Let's look that up. Discord. How to enable streamer mode. User settings. Under app settings. What? Where is app settings? Also, if anybody's speaking, I can't see if anybody's typing anything. I don't think people are. I think things are pretty quiet so far, which I like. Let's put that down there, and then let's what am I looking for exactly? What are we doing? We are trying to enable streamer mode in Discord. How do I do this? What the hecky? That's the right select streamer mode under app settings. That's not, I don't see it. That's not happening. Under streamer mode, where is this? Under app settings? Okay, this is outdated. This is outdated. Window settings.
Like, just with like the quality of the game, that's like one of the best examples
I don't see it. Activity privacy? I don't see it. What? Come on. One of these articles has got to help me. There we go. Connections. Nope. I'm in, dude. I am. I'm in the tab. Okay, here. Let's do this together. We got this. Family Center, content and privacy. Data and privacy. Connections. Dude, I'm going... Hello? This is billing experience, maybe voice and video. Streaming. Advanced stream settings. Nope, that's for Discord streaming. That's not streamer mode. Appearance, maybe. Could be here. Streamer mode. Okay, it's under appearance. Why is it under appearance? I don't know. Let's okay. There you go. All right. That was annoying. Oh well. Oh, I'm not even recording. Let's do that. Okay. What I was saying was I was looking at this person. That's what I'm trying to say. I guess I'm shouting out this person is essentially what I'm doing. I'm shouting it out this person to like 0 viewership. This person is inspiring me to stream. That's what's happening right now. And that's really valuable to me because I need that. I have been experiencing some self-doubt recently. Regardless of the fact that I know I can do a good job if I try, the truth is that there isn't a lot of evidence for that. There isn't going to be evidence for that for a little while. For some reason, want proof that the things that I'm doing is working, and I'm not going to get that. I just need to rely on faith. My faith is going to guide me. Faith will help me get through. And what there is evidence of, maybe it's not evidence of my success, but it's evidence of other people's success and evidence of this person's success. This person who has streamed for 2 years and they were able to get to this spot. You know, it's something that I would be proud of. They did that in 2 years. And they're doing kind of the same thing that I was doing, which is like they were streaming for 5-8 hours a day. I don't know how. My voice is kind of straining a little bit. That's something I would like to ask this person, is how do you deal with voice strain? But this person did it.
Dude, Sekiro's crazy.
And if this person can do it, then I can do it too. That I can get everything that I want. It starts with the first step. It starts with the first push. That first tiny little hill that you climb until you get to the mountain. The hills and then boulders. Maybe then you have to cross a river or a creek or something. Slowly building the tools that you need to get yourself up there. And this person did something very kind to me. Like I committed a sin, a streaming etiquette sin. And they corrected me. And they told me that was not okay. And that was the kindest thing that she could have done. She didn't need to do that, and she did. I want to be like that. You know, like I want to be someone who helps guide people. because I know what it's like to be alone and to work for something and to believe in something without being able to see what lies ahead of the forest. We walk even when we're blind.
Dogwood, nails. Oh, Pike Place over the waterfront. That's right.
Because what other choice do we have?
I think you'd be fine. All the other dogs would be too fat from the ice cream to bother you. Current on-stream have
To get the thing that we want, to get the thing that we desire, what other choice do we have? Than to trust that there is light, that there is a path, and that even if we don't make it, the least that we can do is carve some of that path out for the people that precede us, the people that go after, that follow us.
That is my last goal for today. But I was gonna think about playing Papa's Frusery or something, but I've also been chatting with
Now, in some ways, I feel like I'm forever indebted to this person, although that's obviously not true. But it does sort of feel very,
since I'm
very important what happened right now.
that's what we're talking about.
And I took the first step. I reached out to somebody.
Why were you guys wanting some Papa's Frusery? Polly, don't
She is proof that there is light. So I better keep climbing. I better keep walking. And believe.
Polly's gonna crush those donut paintings. They're gonna look amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna say thank you to Floating Box, even though they can't hear me. But it's not for them, it's for me. Just thank you for letting me be vulnerable in your chat. And for giving me the courage to seek my reward. I almost don't want to say goodbye. I don't know why. I'm having trouble with that. I guess in some ways I feel guilty. I don't know why I would feel that way. I just do.
That explains the basketball.
Okay, let's say goodbye to Floating Bento Box. What we want to do right now is we want to return to our state of loneliness. I want to create a list. I want to create a to-do list. Oh, let's type here. Is it okay? What is this? Oh, this is part of what I was trying to do on my own. I kind of failed, and so I figured I might as well do it on stream. To-do list. Let's name it that. And here, now that we're back, let's think about what are the things that I want to do. I know I'm in the co-working and studying category, which I think is an okay category, but I am going to be talking, and the co-working category kind of feels against that spirit of talk. I'm gonna do it anyway. Might as well. Part of the inspiration that I gained from this is that this person, that floating bento box, was talking in their co-working category, their co-working studying category stream. So if they can do it, then I can do it too. Doesn't really feel right to call this a reading and writing stream because I'm not really telling a story. I'm not really reading. I don't know, but I guess I am writing. So that's something to think about. So what are the things I want to do here? Let's thinking about. I'm just gonna put one to-do list for everything. So I want to have a to-do list. Let's call it a banner or a to-do list widget on my streams. I want to follower notif widget so that I know when I get followers. I want to have an animated background of sorts. I want to finish, make every word count. I think I'll actually, for now, maybe quiet down talking a little bit, focusing on this. Finish open music theory. I want to have a calendar for this week. Finish inside of a dog. Have a streaming calendar for this week. I also want to have a, let's call it a sort of like a regular calendar. So outside streaming calendar. This album is so great. I'm going to loop it. Let's call it a non-streaming calendar this week. Okay, I want a See, I want different decorations for different stream types. I want a live 2D model. There he is, Scoop. And a 3D model. So these we can get. Yeah, these we can. I think we'll start with the live 2D model, then we'll get to the 3D model later. I could have like a day of the week purely dedicated to this. She streams for about 8 hours a day. How do you do that? My voice already, I'm feeling. I'm feeling my voice already kind of be affected by it, so. Let's start with this list here. I think this is a pretty good list. So in this list, let's copy this to TickTick. Just copy some of this to TickTick, which is the app that I use to figure out my life. At least I did. Oh, there's some other stuff here too. So let's call this animated background overlay. Do you like text? Discord server logo. Right now my Discord server is currently empty. Let's not worry about Discord yet. I think that's maybe like a lower priority. Can I set colors to these? Ooh, I can. Follower notif on stream. This feels actually like a bigger priority for me. We want to finish Make Every Word Count. We want to finish Open Music Theory. So I think the real thing here is like scheduling or calendarizing is really what I'm trying to do here. Calendarizing. Okay, we can also do like calendarizing. Oh. Live 2D journey. I like this, like calendarizing the journey. Some of this will be streamed, some of this won't be. The 3D model is such a low priority thing because that's not going to happen in season 1. That'll be a season 2 thing, I think. I think the Discord server, let's just wait on this. Because I have a Discord server here. We don't need this. In fact, I'm going to remove it from my Twitch page. For now. It's just not, I don't think it's necessary. Do bar exam. Let's do. Hold on. I'm 1 follower away from affiliate. That's great, but I need a minimum of 3 average views in 4 days, and my current average is 0. Oh, that's unfortunate. 3 of my top followers. Oh. Who is Mr. Wise? Did I get some followers in recent? Twitch. Let's see. Did I get any like recent followers? This is why I need a follower notification. Like this is actually like really important. Let's start with this. Let's start calendarizing this. Because the calendarizing is the most important thing right now before we get into what is that I want to do. So open up TickTick. So calendarizing. In fact, let's just call this calendarizing. That's going to be the task. I actually don't think today's stream is going to be very long because I don't really feel like streaming for that long. We'll see. Calendarizing, make every word count. Let's actually make a, here we go. And another one, Life 2D Journey. So, the way we'll do this, let's start by making ourselves a list. Let's call this like the Life 2D Journey. I actually like that a lot. Do we need any specific color for this? This is like more art related. Usually my art related stuff are a bit more green-ish. Let's set the little guy here. There we go, that's cute. It's a little dog. You might not be able to see it, but it's a little dog. So here, actually I'm gonna change the song to something else. Let's do this one. Just keep listening to Outer Wilds because I like the soundtrack. I haven't played the game yet, but I like the soundtrack. So let's look up Life 2D tutorial. I like this one.
Live 2D.
See, this one I think came with a playlist. Let's try to find it. I don't see it here for some reason.
To see where the bounds are. Live 2D is an incredible.
This one's full body. Let's do this one. Let's just like take a peek with this tutorial.
Live 2D is
And whether we succeed or not, you know, it's fine.
welcome back to episode.
Thankfully, we don't need to do the first video because I already watched that one. Let's do set this one up here. There you go. Then we can duplicate this. 3 out of 10.
Hello and
Oops.
welcome back.
Not what I meant to do.
Welcome back to.
I don't want to click on this. All I want to do is edit this. Come on. Please let me edit you. There we go. So my guess is that we should just delete this to make it easier for ourselves. Come on, there we go.
Episode.
4 out of 10. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go.
Hello, gems and. Hello and welcome back to the Sap. Hello, gems and welcome. Hello, gems and. Hello, beautiful. Hello. Hello, we are.
All right. This is not the full picture of the Live 2D journey because there are other things that we need to consider. For example, how do you draw a doggy? I don't know. Let's look that up because I'm gonna need the full body, right? So let's look up canine construction. I know I will want to really intensely study this video. Let's call this canine construction. So let's actually call this maybe just like VTuber journey. I think we can get through all these videos in 3 weeks. I think I can do that. I think I can do that. Hey Mariners, how's it going? How's it going? Hello, hello, hello. I've decided I'm gonna be a VTuber. I actually am going to be. I'm gonna maybe invent my own genre here. I'm gonna become a hybrid VTuber. What that means, a little bit what I'm doing right now, but more intentional than that. I want to have content and streams where I am a VTuber. I am certainly a VTuber. And then I want to have streams where I am also a person. I don't think I'll ever do exclusive person-only streams. So I'm never going to do exclusive, serious, like only me. But I am going to have exclusive Goob streams. Let's call them that serious. Although, like, I'm still Goob and I'm still serious. That distinction isn't quite so black and white. Where like I'm serious and he's Goob. He's not like his name is Serious actually. Like his name is Serious more than my name is Serious, even though my name is also Serious. It's kind of hard to explain, but that is the meaning of the name. That is how the name has sort of shifted for me, or the way its function has been declared. So what that means is that I need a VTuber model, but I need like a good one. I don't want an old stinky. Like I want a good one, and I know how to get there. That's something that I can trust and rely on myself. Is that, like, I can figure things out. I can figure anything out as long as I actually want to figure it out. I can figure out anything. So I can figure out how to make a VTuber model. So is going to be part of my journey. Is I'm calling this the VTuber journey. Once I finish the VTuber journey, that's going to be the end of season 1 of the Serious Goop Show. So if this is the Serious Goop Show, you're watching season 1, or maybe it's season 0, one of those 2 seasons. But this is the sort of like the apex of that, or the climax of that is, or my first milestone is creating my VTuber, my VTuber model, becoming a VTuber. But there is 2 components to this too, because I want a 2D VTuber model, but then I also want a 3D VTuber model as well. I don't know if that's going to be season 2 or if that's going to be part of season 1. We're going to find out. But regardless, in order to get there, I've got some things to take care of. I got some things to address, because the act of being a VTuber, or like creating a VTuber model, I can learn tutorials on how to do it, but I want to do it as well as I can. So I need to fuel the rest of what I'm doing to fit into that. What's a good way to describe it? It's to fit into that enclosure of VTubing. So what I mean by that is that the things that I'm doing, studying, like writing, for example, and studying music, for example, all those are going to be part of this project, and that's going to help guide me for now. The things that I want to do with writing, like for example, like I want to be a writer, and I want to write on stream. That will come in time, but I will do a better job at that when I can express myself the way that I want to express myself, which is being a dog. I think that if I can be a dog and be a little doggy on stream, I think that's going to make me a much stronger presence as a person of doing, a person of action, a person of learning. So this, like, I almost see like the 2D, like the VTuber model is almost like an emblem, or like a mark that I have that shows that I can work hard at something, and I can take something really seriously, and that when I say something like I want to learn how to write, I'm not joking around. You know, I'm not playing a silly little game. I'm on a mission. I'm on a goal. I've got balls to chase. You know, I I want to tell a story. Something about having a VTuber model, I think, will allow me to tell that story better. That doesn't mean I'm going to let go of all the writing stuff right now. It just means that it is going to be more pointed towards this direction. Shut up. Goodbye. There was a little spam bot there. So, that's kind of it. I'm figuring out what my future is gonna look like right now. Cause as it turns out, I want to stream. I like streaming. I think streaming is fun. I'm really enjoying it, and I want to keep doing it. And I want to do it I really want to do it as a career. So let's climb that mountain, right? Let's figure out how to get there one paw step at a time. And so a thing that I'm sort of battling with right now. Oh yeah, having fun is the most important part, 100%. And the thing that I'm battling with right now is that I think I might have more fun as like I really want to be a doggy. I really want to be a doggy. I really do. I think that's gonna make me enjoy what I'm doing a lot more. But that also means the thing that this is the conflict that I have internally right now is that I also like this too. You know, I like this. I like my face. I like who I am. I like the background I set up. Doesn't mean I have to let go of all of that. And that part of the hybrid VTuber approach is a compromise. But that compromise might actually take me away from what it is that I'm doing. And so maybe part of my growth is actually to let go of the need to compromise. Maybe I might become a full VTuber. I think I'll be a little bit sad if that happens, but that's okay, because change is grief. When we change, we become new people. We discover more about ourselves. We become fundamentally altered versions of ourselves, and that means that the person that we used to be are no longer with us, and that's always a little bit sad. I think I talked about this before, but I think that's what prevents people from really plunging into self-actualization and self-improvement, is because maybe that person worked really hard to like the person that they are. Let's say I really struggle with my weight. Let's say I really struggle with weight. If I really struggle with weight, one of the tactics that I have is to learn how to love myself and learn how to love my body. And so when it comes to wanting to make the change to lose weight, I might not want to do that because I learned to love myself, and I don't want to say goodbye to myself. Even if the version of me that is more fit is someone who I would be happier to be, I will fight against that because I still want to protect a part of me. So changing, grief, sadness, all these feelings I'm feeling right now and thinking about what my future is going to be like, and whether I do have to sort of commit to VTubingness, that's kind of, I think, an expected causality, or that's expected collateral. And what I get in return is a life that I have more fun living. So I gotta to really get this right. I gotta brush up on my dog anatomy. I gotta brush up on my dog knowledge. I gotta know what dogs are. Okay? If I'm going to be a VTuber as a dog, I better know dogs. Even though I already know dogs like pretty well. Like I read about dogs and I study dogs all the time. But I gotta really, I have a presence to fulfill. I have a character to present myself as. I have authority that I would like to conjure. I don't have authority yet, but I want to have authority. And I don't want authority through coercion. I don't want authority through, power. I want authority through knowledge. Because that's always a little fun. It's a little fun to just be knowledgeable, be very knowledgeable in something. So what this means for my canine transformation, 80% through the book Red Rising, one of my favorite reads. You recommended that to me, right? I'm pretty certain. Yeah. Oh, it's a whole series. Oh. I struggle with reading. Reading is something I struggle with a lot, but I'm trying to get better at it. I keep forgetting that audiobooks exist. I listened to the audiobook for Project Hail Mary, one of the best. It's just what a wonderful audiobook. And I should do more stuff like that. Like I should listen to more audiobooks. Do you have like the Kindle Whisper Sync? Or are you using some other service? Because that's how I switched from when I was listening to audiobooks. I used the Kindle service for that. But Amazon is also evil, so. Yeah, it's great. It's got sound effects for one of the characters has like sound effects that happen, and it really enhances the experience. It's a book that is IMO kind of designed to be an audiobook. They have audiobooks in Spotify? Yeah, oh my god, that movie was so good. The book is better, but the movie is also really good. Here we go. Only get 15 listen. Do you have access to like all books, or is it like a specific collection? Whatever is on there. Whoa, that's crazy. I stopped subscribing to Spotify Premium because YouTube Premium just like had better value for me. But I didn't know that you could listen to audiobooks on Spotify Premium. That's pretty good. $16. I'm like a YouTube Premium like sellout. Like, I mean, I say sellout, but obviously they're not paying me. I love YouTube Premium. Like, to me, it is the best music service, just because it's like bundled with YouTube, like ad-free YouTube and stuff like that. I have so many friends who have Spotify but not YouTube Premium, and I'm like, I think you'd prefer YouTube Premium because you get YouTube Music, but then you also get ad-free YouTube, and it's like not that much more than just Spotify. But you know, people like what they like. 3. Yeah, I really should listen to more audiobooks. I get fairly distracted, and that often stops me from listening to audiobooks. But um, whenever I do, I always appreciate it. So I should do that. These canine videos, I think I can only get through these like once. I don't think I can do more than once a week. These are pretty intense videos, so I'm gonna have to budget that. Was this like a petting zoo? Was this like a this guy? Oh, it was a joke. It was a joke. Okay. 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 I was like, why would there be a dog in a zoo? Was my question. I'm like, oh, you're so right. Oh my goodness. It's okay. I'm really not doing much. This guy is what I was trying to ask. Okay, that's something I got to figure out is how do can I do that automatically? Because that's not something I'm going to be able to manually remember every time. Like, how do I manually transition back to automatically transition to desktop mode so that I'm not on this screen the whole time? I was thinking about this guy. Or that's what I searched. I was like, wait, this doesn't make sense to me. And then I realized that you're joking with me. You're lying to me. You're telling me lies. Right, Conjuring Life 2D Journey. We got that. We've got Creature Art Tutorial. I don't know if these are going to be... We'll figure it out. This might be a different list. I have this as sort of part of VTuber Journey, but the creature art canon stuff, that might be... Let's call this like dog dog academy, canine academy. Let's call it that. And then these, we want to move these to Canine Academy. There you go. This is gonna be a little bit hard to read because it's not really zoomed in, so I apologize for that. But I'm not really writing anything interesting here. Follower with notification widget on stream. What I could do, let's keep the music theory and the writing theory, like what I've been doing with writing. Let's keep those scheduled, but let's not really worry about streaming those. If I want to stream those, I can, but I don't have to. In fact, I'm not even going to worry about what it is that I'm streaming. Like, I think I'm going to have my schedule, what I want to do every day, and then I'm just going to stream on days, and then I'll decide if that's something I want to stream on that day, or if I want to do something else for my stream. So I can sort of decide. Am I streaming me doing my to-do list, or am I streaming whatever I want? Whatever kind of seems fun to me. I think prioritizing funness, me having fun on stream is important. It was a Shih Tzu. That's so silly. That's such a silly, stupid joke. Let's look up. Let's go to my Kindle app here. Look at what I've got so far still. How do I check my... Here we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 38. We've got 38 chapters in this. I do want to go through this book. I do want to finish it. I just don't know if I'm going to how much I'm going to stream it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. 4 to 10. Then I'm going for 11. What to look for? Other voices. I think maybe 2 months could be a good goal to have for me. Like, can I have a VTuber model working in 2 months? Why quotes? Did he really say that? Oh. Great. What dialogue isn't? When should you use dialogue? Milk the dialogue. Okay. We're making our way. 631, setting this. Probably start each of these with a title block. Putting mental viewpoints. Viewpoint is not worse. How many sensory? We're almost done. Neat. Okay. Go to open music theory. Whoa. There's a lot. Oh dear, there is a lot. Oh boy, how much do I really want to go through? I mean, I do want to go through this. Like, I have almost all of the fundamentals done. But after the fundamentals chapter, they kind of seem to change. And I said all the fundamentals done, but actually I have a couple left that I haven't finished yet. I haven't done inversion, Roman numerals, figured bass, and chords in SATB style. What I do kind of like about these though is that once you get past the fundamentals section, the rest of like this seems to be more active as an assignment. But these I mean these problem with these are pretty heavy. There was a while where I was doing these almost every day, and these are pretty heavy assignments. And with streaming, it's been like really difficult to fit that into my daily life, because stream is a totally different ball game of studying. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to study on stream and make it interesting, and those are pretty It's a pretty difficult challenge. At least I'm finding it to be a pretty difficult challenge. And the way that these assignments were set up, it was very difficult to do that. And part of it's because there wasn't a lot of feedback either. I don't think I can do this without having some goal. Like, I don't think I'll be able to go through this without like a really clear understanding of what it is that I want to do. I could go through this, but I think it could be dangerous because it could also burn me out. No, this is not. Well, actually, yes, it is for the VTuber, but this isn't for VTuber itself. What this is for the presentation. So this is not part of the VTuber itself. This is for like having jingles, having different themes. Like when I have like a follower, for example, when I get a follower, I want to create a jingle for that. Or when I have maybe even like background music, it might be nice to have my own music sometimes. So sort of like understand like what is it that makes me me? What are the things that I like? You know, in the interest of making content that is more active than passive. Yeah. And that might be the way forward actually. To like in the interest of creating something that is both educational and entertaining, reacting to YouTubers and how they do stuff is, I think, more interesting. Because I don't want to be a musical genius. I want to be an artistic genius, 100%. I don't want to be a musical genius. And a lot of this stuff is also very much catered to somebody who's just very interested in not just music, not just in the creation of music, but also learning like the history of music and really like categorizing music. It's just very, very dense. I think I think what I'll do is I'll finish the fundamentals. So I'll finish these. And then I think I'll call myself done with open music theory. I don't think I have it in me to really do the rest of these. At least not right now. The alternative though is like if I take for example Introduction to Species Counterpoint. Although this could be interesting as like a way for me to guide myself in making music as well. I think I would just pick and choose and not necessarily commit to doing all of them. Although this is interesting. This is a really interesting page. Ooh. Okay. Let's only do these next 5 for music theory. That'll be if I want to do more, I can do more later. I think I'll learn more by watching how other people talk about music and melodies and how to compose a good melody. So let's just keep this for now. And then this one, I think let's do this once a week. Keep that on Tuesdays. Let's do this on Fridays. I think we can do 2. That'll be a lot, but I think I can handle it. So here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nine, 17, 27, no, 32, 34, 35. Got 35. Creature art teacher will take about 9 weeks. If that's going to take 9 weeks, then we want to do about 4 per day. Hey. God, there's so many writing ones. Okay. Come on. I gotta move all this out of the way so that I can, like, actually organize myself. Okay. So, got that. 3. Okay. Six, 5, 5, 5, 4, 5, 3. And then we need I think something I want to sort of like be comfortable with too is to put out streams that are less interesting. Eventually, right? Like the idea is that I want to create a show that people are compelled to watch. Where every time it says that Serious Goop is on, it's like, oh my god, I gotta watch that. So that's the ideal. And so it is also, what's the word I'm looking for? It is also it's like the word sounds like turgent. That's not the word. That's definitely not that word. It's like it's like a it is okay, let me see if I can just say it in other words. I want to create streams that are interesting. I want to have streams that are interesting. But I have to be okay with having bad streams too. Because if not, every stream is is interesting, that sort of puts a false expectation on me that if the stream isn't interesting, it's not worth streaming at all, which is not true. So this is like the really weird thing about balancing art, like being an artist, like having art as a career, is that you both, like, everything you put out needs to be good, but you also have to be okay with things not being good, and sometimes that means putting things out that aren't good. I think the best artists manage to figure out how to do that while hiding it. Like the things that they put out that are less good, they, or the way that they train themselves to be okay with imperfection, like somehow they figure out how to convert that into something that still works. I think that's kind of like the real secret of a lot of successful artists. That they make things work. They make the imperfect things work. And so rather than having like the greatest of all time stream, it's like, can I make a stream that is like subpar still work? I think is a good way to look at it. 515. In fact, that's kind of what improvisers do. If you really think about it, like an improviser, they don't really get what they ask. Like they can't really control what happens in an improv scene, but they no matter what happens, they're able to figure out how to pull it off. 7, 6, 7. 6,000. Oh dear. Let's move these down. 6, 8. Are we down to 7? Yeah, we are. 7, 1. 7, 2. 7, 3. 7, 4. Yeah. I thought a lot about what kinds of projects I want to tackle. I want to start off with something that is more autobiographical. Not quite a journal entry, but more so mythologizing myself. like legendizing myself, so to speak, and in order to help see myself in the way that I want to be seen, in the way that I want other people to see me, which is as a dog. So I want to write about experiences that I've had, but in third person, and just replace me with a dog. Keep everyone else the same. Keep everyone else a person. Like I'm just a talking dog, but everything else is exactly the same. And see what inspires from that. So that's going to be my baby steps to becoming a writer. Is start with simplifying the subject matter, creating something that I'm already very familiar with. I can only be familiar with myself because that's who I am. And the maybe benefit from that is, like I said, like it helps create the lore of Serious Goob, especially as I become a VTuber. Then I'll have like lore or like stuff to like back it up, to create a myth behind it. And I think that that's valuable, as opposed to just like a character. It's like, no, this character is like real and has like a story. It's kind of the one of the effects I want to have is I want to be a character. I want to be me, but I also want to be a character. So that's what I'm gonna start with. But I do have something. If you're still there, I do have other writing projects that I want to do on top of like this the dog story. I also want to create screenplays. That is something that I've known I want to do for a while. Is I want to create screenplays, and the the big screenplay that I'm thinking of is for a TV show slash video game. In my head, it's a video game, but it might be a TV show instead. That's called Canine Thing. That's what it's called. And I'll show you maybe the see if I have like maybe like a cover for it, because I made like a spoof cover for it. See if I can find it. Here we go. Okay, here's my cover for it. So again, this is either it's either a TV show, it's or a book, kind of like The Last of Us. Actually, very inspired by The Last of Us. I'll tell you what the story is about. It is a yeah, I told you I've really unfortunately for me, I did spend a long time learning how to draw. So I'm able to, I'm able to draw. That's the sad part about me. I want to create a story about this dog who was born in Ecuador sometime. Sad. I mean, it's just I call it sad because it's just funny to think of it as a sad thing, because uh like uh now that AI can do art for you, it's like it's kind of cringe to actually draw things. It's not really, but it's just funny to think about it like that. And so it's like, yeah, it's sad how much time I've spent into drawing. How much? Because I spent thousands of hours learning how to draw. So anyway, uh, there's a dog. He's born in Ecuador. He is born under a like a family of expats, American expats, and this dog is created by the father. So it's a husband and wife duo. They moved to Ecuador to study or to do some like canine experimentation work for like the government or the U.S. government. And do this in Ecuador because it's secluded and hidden. And uh, from that experimentation, born is a dog named Sirius. Yeah, that's right. It's using my name because this is a story that is me. Like, this is about me in a lot of ways. It's about my parents in a lot of ways. Actually, really, it's about my parents is what the story is about. But it is like I'm using my sort of like, this is like very like sort of intentionally self-assertive. But the name is, his name is also Sirius. But he is not me in the same way that like my character, like the green dog, is Sirius. So if you see my logo, we got like the blue. We had the blue for Sirius and the green for Goob. So the dog on the green dog, he is literally me. This dog is not me. This dog is a version of me that like almost like an omen, or like a version of me that would have existed if he was born in like a different kind of world and suffered a lot more, like someone who suffered or who had difficulty with honesty is how I would describe it. No, this was drawn digitally, so I used Photoshop, but I drew it by hand. So I drew this all by hand. And this dog, let me see if I can sort of like figure out like a elevator pitch for you. Um, so born in Ecuador, he is uh a hyper intelligent dog capable of speech and uh capable of immense feats of learning and mastery. So imagine a dog who is not just smart, he is smarter than most people. He is about as smart as people come. Uh he is born into a family who supports him endlessly. So he's not he's not a dog who is abused by his family. He is uh like raised about as well as he could, but he is a talking dog. And being a talking dog will make you carry a lot of burden because whether you like it or not, as a talking dog, you symbolize a lot of things. You symbolize loyalty, you symbolize hope, you symbolize freedom, you symbolize revolution. You are a threat to rulers who are afraid that people might listen to a talking dog more than they might listen to you, to the rulers. People will have a lot of thoughts and reactions to this dog. And this dog is not going to live an easy life because he is a talking dog. If a talking dog in real life was born, it would split the world in half. The politics that would surround that, questions about, you know, the ethicality of animal slaughter would immediately be very different if we had the presence of a talking animal. But the bigger thing is that people like dogs. People like dogs. And whatever rulers, whatever oligarchs who are afraid that a talking dog has the power to usurp them, their social dominance, that fear is warranted because people like dogs. If a talking dog demanded support from the people around them, they would probably get it. If they ran for president, they would probably win. That is the burden that a talking dog would carry. Right? In the same vein of great power comes great responsibility. Sort of in that vein. If you're born a talking dog, you do not get you have already surrendered your life. And it would probably be a very lonely one too. What other choice do you have, right? Like, If you're born as a talking dog, you have the power to completely shape the world. That must be the journey that you carry through, whether you like it or not. So like hand drawn by then colored on Photoshop. Yeah. No, sorry. Like it's. I'll see if I can show you like an example or like a like because I wish I had the process for that and I don't. But it's like I go on Photoshop. Uh, thank you. Yeah, I spent a I like I like I like dogs. I like thinking about what it would be like to be a dog and what especially what it'd be like to be a talking dog. Um, so I would just like draw in Photoshop and I would just like start sketching stuff out and then I'll start coloring it in and then I'll start lighting or start like playing around with it. But it's just like this. Um, I did. I at one point did want to be like a vet or like a like work with dogs for a little while. I did want to be a doctor, but um uh I liked art too much. I like art too much to not really focus on art as like my main thing. Uh so uh see if I can like easily draw a dog here. Okay, I can't. I need to figure out how to construct the dog, and I don't really know how to do that yet. But let's say you have like a dog here. Okay. Okay. So this so again, the story is called Canine Thing because he isn't quite a dog, right? He's not a dog. He's a super dog. Like he's a dog who has human like intelligence. So um the way like he doesn't really get along with other dogs. Like it's like, do we get along with monkeys? No. So one cool thing about him is that he's got a massive, think of like almost like a rail gun or like a shooter on his back, which is like one of the many tools that he has to comfortably be able to live the life that he wants. He has, for example, he has a glove, a special glove that has a pencil holder on it so that he can draw and he can write. He has like different ways to work with this thing, but let me see if I can like draw this better because I don't really. I'm still figuring out like the best way to depict this. But he's got like a really big old um a thing here. Again, this is like a video game as well, so I'm thinking about like what how to make this like a really cool object. Um, And one of the things that I've thought about was like, okay, maybe he's got like a rail, like a big rail gun in the back that he can use to like shoot stuff. But then also the main body of this can like slide. So if there's like a big bulge here where like the gun comes from, this thing can slide and it can sort of slide this way. So like onto this end. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I'm depicting this right. Um, but there's like a big, basically like a big block along the gun and it's slide in and out. And this block, it's heavy. It's very, very, very heavy. And so what that does is that enables him to fight by like swinging his body around because we when we think of like what like dogs fighting like a dog creature who would fight, a lot of people's first instinct is to think about them using their teeth to bite into people, but that's actually not a great thing to do all the time because teeth wear out. And if you're a dog, you're going to be using your teeth for everything. So the less that you can use your teeth, the better. You want to have weapons that don't have teeth like uh that you can use besides your teeth. And so if you sort of like like when a dog chases their tail, they sort of like spin around. And so like they have like a thing on their back where as they spin, the thing rotates independent of the dog. So this thing is sort of built on like a little circle thing. And so then this rotates, um, and then this part of the gun can like, so this part can like slide back and forth, and so if it slides this way out, it can use that as a way to sort of like move himself around. If you sort of like, when you have like a big heavy like a big heavy ball on a rope, you can use that as a sort of like counterweight to swing yourself around. So that's kind of like the same physics is happening here, and so this might actually be even bigger. Um, it's meant to be very, very heavy, and part of the question too is wondering like, how is it that a dog can carry something that heavy and that big on their back? And part of the story is that, again, he is not a normal dog. He's a canine thing, not a canine. And there's like some very interesting sort of like biology happening here. And so he basically has like super strength, and like super mind and stuff. Sorry, this drawing isn't like that great. But here's the where the title really comes in, because it's called Canine Thing. Here's the title where it really comes in, is that he grows up with a sister. He grows up with a sister, a human sister. So he's the only talking dog in the world, at least as far as he knows. And he grows up with a human sister, and they get along, but they also sometimes fight because they're siblings. They sometimes fight, and this sister, there's a moment, there's a scene where Sirius is asking her. He's asking her about being a, like about her life and her problems. And at this point, they kind of been drifting apart a little bit, kind of been getting into arguments. And the sister, she doesn't really want to talk about it. And so she says, Sirius, you wouldn't get it. It's a human thing. That's the title of the book, of a game, of a thing. It's a title. It's a title. She says, it's a human thing, Sirius. You wouldn't get it. And you're like, whoa. Oh my god, canine thing. I understand. Whoa, there's like layers to this title. He is like a canine thing, and also it's like perception and like umwelt of different species of like what it means to be a thing, and like understanding things that you don't, just like wow. Okay, that's it. But if this film shows how the dog is built, Red Riding also shows how a character turns out to be much stronger through experiments. Yeah, so like the kind of idea here. And by the way, there's a second part of the story too. The second part of the story. But the idea here is that because Sirius is so smart and so devoted to his mission, he'll kind of do anything. He'll do anything to like whatever it takes, whatever is required of him. And if becoming stronger through experimentation is like a fact of him, like that's something he would do. Is like he would experiment with like drugs or whatever to become stronger. If he needs to be stronger so that he can fight the fights that he needs to fight. Here's a second part of this story. So think of that, what I described right now, as like canine thing. So we got a little doggy. He grows up. Ooh. All right, little doggy. He's got like a little gun. And he's got a family. And this is in Ecuador. One of the very first instances, even before the gun, even. I mean, sort of like paint the story. So like, because I really want to understand people like what the tone of the story is. Before he gets the gun, he's a little doggy. He is he's a little puppy. By the way, he because of the story, he lives about as long as a human. So he grows and ages about as fast as a human does. That's just to simplify the story, really, because I'm not really interested in like dealing with the age difference part yet. Like, not that's not what this story is about. That's what like the other book is about. Like the dogs only living 10 years. That's what that's about. But that's not what this is about. So he's a little baby boy. Let's say he's like 7, 6. So he's still a puppy. And then his family, his dad, is like, I don't know why I drew him like this, but his dad, little suit, he's like, you are going to live with you're gonna for a summer, you're gonna live with these guys. An old man, and he's got 2 young kids. I haven't really figured out yet why he's living with them, but it's like, it's like sending your kid off to live with like his grandparents or whatever. So like he has friendly relationships with him. But he's like old. He's like, let's say he's like 70, and the kids are pretty young. They're like 9, 11. And then he says, Daddy says, Sirius, you're growing up to become a good boy. You're gonna live with them, but of course they don't know that you're a talking dog. So, you're gonna have to like deal with like they don't know that. They're not gonna know that, and they shouldn't know that. This is like at this point of the story, it's still secret. It's still a secret that he's a talking dog. So go live with them, and have fun. So he goes and lives with them, and then this dad starts noticing some things off about Sirius. Starts suspecting, like he sees, like, for example, that there are like in where Sirius sleeps, sometimes there's like pages with like writings on it that aren't that are whatchamacallit, like like that aren't like that, like they're written weirdly or whatever. Like he starts suspecting something's off with this dog. He's like too smart. He's too smart. And I don't know yet what this moment is, but there's something that happens that triggers him into believing like that Sirius is like the devil. Like he's not just any dog, he's like literally the devil. Like he is like evil devil dog. He's a demon dog, right? Only a demon dog can do what he is doing. He's convinced of this. And so he takes him to the basement. So they live in the house. Okay, so he takes him to the basement, and he is convinced that Sirius must die. And I think maybe what could inspire this is like maybe like Sirius, he must have done something wrong. He must have done something bad. Like maybe he killed some sheep or something. I want to do more than that. There's got to be something more powerful than that. But he does something scary and can only be done that by a smart dog. So his conclusion is he is a devil, takes him to the basement. Okay? So here's a doggy. Boop, 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 boop. And then here is the old man. Okay? And he tries to kill him. He's like, this is like, you need to, like, you are the devil. you need to die. Steals food could be like in like starting it. I think that's a good one, is stealing food. But I think it like there's gotta be something that only the devil could do. Like I would have to figure out how to set that up. But there must be something that like maybe he like maybe he sets his sheep free, for example. Like maybe he like sets like his sheep, like maybe he has like sheep. He's like lives in a farmhouse. So he has like sheep or like or maybe even dogs or something, but like directly interferes with his line of work. Like, like something that like really critically fucks up, because like he must have some disagreements with him, but like he could like set sheep free, and so like he no longer has like a source of income or something. And his interpretation of this is like the devil is yeah, right. He likes to fight with the sheepdog, or maybe he kills the sheepdog. Maybe Sirius kills a sheepdog because again he doesn't really get along with other dogs. And so maybe he gets in a fight with a sheepdog and he ends up killing the dog. And this then leads to like some problems and some sheep escape, and then he's seeing like literally the devil was trying to fuck up my life. So he gets the so he takes him there. He tries to kill him, and then Sirius, okay, he has no choice but to fight back and kill him, because he literally like the old man's going to kill him, so he kills him back. Okay, then he's on the ground. He's on the ground and he's dead. He's dead. So this is the first time Sirius ever kills a person. And then the other two kids who have been told by the granddad says that he's going to kill the devil. The other two kids are up here. They hear granddad, die, and then they come down. And the older kid has a shotgun. And now, Sirius, little baby Sirius, he's like 6, 7 years old. He's not very old. Now he has to kill them too, because otherwise he's not going to make it out alive. So they believe they believe that Sirius is a devil. The kids are there to kill the devil. Sirius has to do what he has to do. This is what being a talking dog is like. So he kills the kids. And then he is able to escape. He then goes back home with his mom and dad, tells them what happened. And the dad and mom, especially the dad, they're like, fuck. What did we do in creating a talking dog? Again, like the talking dog is like their son. Like they see him as their son, so they're not gonna like kill him or anything. But it's like they see what Sirius did, and it's like we cursed our son to have a horrible life. What do? They teach him how to fight. They spend the rest of their lives making sure that Sirius is able to protect himself. And this is where Sirius starts to, like, the dad, for example, helps him creating the rail gun on his back, for example. I call it a rail gun, but it's really more of like a crossbow, like a giant crossbow thing. So he helps him with this, for example. And part of them is like they see this as like the least that they can do for him because of the frankly kind of horrible thing they did by creating him. And it's not really, I mean, a big part of the question of the story is like, can you find meaning in this life? Like even when all these things are happening and like it would be better off if you were never born, can you still find meaning and live a life that is worthwhile? So he teaches him how to fight because the dad assumes and also helps him with weaponry, because the dad assumes that this is not going to be the first time that someone tries to kill him, and he's right. Ecuador is not a good time, especially this is around 1980s. This is not a good time here. We've got colonialists in here. We've got Jehovah's Witnesses. We've got a lot of fun different things happening. and word of mouth spreads, and eventually Sirius no longer lives in a world where he can just be a dog. He has to exist as a monster, as a threat. So this is the story. This is like the story of K9 thing. So I'm trying to like paint here. But this is only part 1 of the story. There is another part. K9 things. Here's a spoiler. Here's a plot twist that nobody expected. Whoa. Is that Sirius is not the only talking dog. Sirius spends his whole life wanting to be with, like, wishing he wasn't alone, wishing he wasn't the only dog. Yeah, of course. Sirius spends his whole life wishing he wasn't the only dog. He spends his whole life wishing he like that there were other talking dogs like him. Turns out there are other talking dogs like him. There are. I still haven't figured out exactly how or why, so we'll get there. But that even though like there shouldn't be other dogs, but there are. There actually have been other talking dogs for longer than Sirius has been born. Except how long do you think the film could be TV series? Yeah, so this second part would have to be a part 2, and if this was a TV series, this would be like season 3. Season 1 and 2 would be this first part, and then season 3 would be like this part or something. Sirius is not the only talking dog. There are others. So we've got Sirius. And there's others. Okay? Except, and there's about like 9 others. There's actually about like 8 or 9 other talking dogs throughout the world. But they disagree. They disagree with each other on how to make the world a better place. I'm still figuring out exactly what like how this happens, but here's a plan that I have right now. Is that so? If you remember, I was saying that like Sirius was like the thought like Sirius like the devil dog. So I actually kind of want to incorporate that. Like I want to like think of Sirius as like literally like a dog from the devil, or like some biblical thing. And the talking dogs, let's say there's like 8 or 9 of them, they all receive a message from God. And God says this. Okay? He says, end racism. That's his mission for these dogs, is to end racism. If you let me play you a video, Mariners. Let me I really want you to like understand like what this means. Let's play like a Belgian Malinois. Okay? I really want you to understand like what this means.
This is a working dog. This is a Belgian Malinois. They're awesome, right? They'll do anything for this. They'll find Osama bin Laden. They'll do tricks. Platz, sit, shti, back, right, left, Platz, roll over, sit pretty, sit, Platz, sit, shti, sit, wave, sit pretty. But this
Okay?
is, I mean,
This is what this dog is doing.
this comes with a consequence.
All for this ball.
They'll do this wants the ball.
Okay. All right. So let's like get in the mind of a dog. When a master tells their dog to fetch, the dog will fetch. If their master tells them, end racism, they will figure it out. They will figure it out. But they all come from different continents. They all come, with different families, different background. All like before now they were like all hidden from society. They all show up and they are given this one goal: end racism. The question in these dogs' heads, right, is going to be, okay, who do we kill? Do I need to be president? Oh, let me write that. Do I need to start a religion? Do I need to kill the other dogs who might get in my way? What does it take? Because as a society, we have not really made that much progress in the effort to end racism. We really haven't. So how would you do this? How would you permanently end a pivotal human brain function? What is that world going to look like? What are the wars that are going to start? And let's remember the lengths at which a dog would go through if they believed in what they were doing. That's the story that I want to tell. So when I say it's funny because like it takes a long time for me to really set this up, like for me to like set up this narrative of like how of talking dogs and how they would shape society, because there's so many lengths that I have to go through to get there, right? Like I have to for example, like one, like, yeah, no, I think this would be like a great TV series. Although I also think like the way that I think about this actually is that this first part, like this is a video game, Canine Thing is a video game, and then this one is a TV series. Like the second part. That's kind of how I see it right now. But my roadblocks, like the thing that are sort of like getting in my way of this, is that there is nothing like this right now. Like even if we just think about talking dogs, like when anybody thinks about talking dogs, they think about Scooby-Doo. They think about Marmaduke. Okay, uh, this is so far removed from like from like current popular ideas of like what talking dogs are like, and all of this needs to sort of like be like, if I really want to execute the story properly, like this needs to sort of like be built up over time. And part of the reason for this character, like the Sirius Scoop character, the Secret Life of Pets for me, exactly. Like this is what we think of when we think of talking dogs, and then even when we think of just like dogs, we think of like everything that you and I were talking about with like self-esteem, like dogs having self-esteem. Like that's not in public conscious. That is not a thing that people think about at all. Right now, when we Beethoven, I don't think I've seen Beethoven. I know what you're talking about, like the yeah, right? Exactly. Like this is what this is what people think about when they think about dog characters.
Big dumb animals.
Right? Exactly what they said, like big dumb animals, or like you go on Reddit and it's like animals being derps, Santa Paws, exactly. And the thing is that I don't want to remove this. Like I don't want to say like this is like a bad way to think about dogs. That's not my intention. It's just that I want like to open up new avenues to consider like what kinds of stories can you tell only through canine characters. Um, essentially like characters who are psychotic. That's what a dog character would be. A dog character would be psychotic. Um, thank you, thank you. I think it's a pretty good idea too, because I also think that like like I think that what do I think? Like again, people like dogs. It's like people like dogs, and so the like people want I think people want these kinds of stories. They just don't know it yet. Because it's so different, and I don't know, I think it's pretty different and alien from what I normally see. And every time I see like a dog media, every time I see dog media, I'm like, oh, like like because like here's another great example is the Good Boy movie, which is like fine. I saw it's good. Like I don't want to say fine, but like it's good. Like it's I don't want to diminish what these people are doing. This is actually a lot closer to what I want out of like a dog story. Is this movie if you haven't seen it? But it isn't enough because it still sort of sees the dog as like a thing that shouldn't get hurt. I don't know. Like it doesn't to me when we think about character like respecting a character. Like I want to see dogs get injured, and I don't want to see them get injured for the person. Like I want to see dogs get injured in the same way that we get injured. Like when somebody gets injured in a film, like a main character, it's not we're not going, oh no, they're injured. No, it's like, oh, they're injured. What are they gonna do about it? And that's the feeling I want to communicate with dogs. Um, with the dog have the gun permanently. Um, mm, depends on if it's a game or not. But if it's a game, it would. I don't know if you played The Last of Us. I'm gonna put up The Last of Us because The Last of Us Part Two. This is how I perceive. Like this is very close to how I would perceive this game. This as a game. In fact, I often play this and like sort of like imagine her being a dog. But like this, where it's like very stealth oriented, very like crafty. Like here, for example, where she like pulls up like she crafts a bomb arrow and she pulls up a bow. Uh, ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I'll look that up. Uh, but if it is basically what I'm trying to say is that if it is a game, um, it would not be permanently attached. It would be something that you take off because of gameplay purposes. I think it'll be more interesting if you have to be tactical about like when you're wearing it, because when you're wearing it, you might be slower, but you might also be able to deal more damage. Or if you take it off, you might be able to position it in a place where it can like be an auto gun, like a automatic gun, and then you'll be a lot faster. Then you lose the weight. So that would be like a like if it was like a game, but if it was like purely a TV show, I would be interested in thinking about like permanent biomechanical attachments to the dog. Then I'm also thinking about like setting is another thing that I'm thinking about a lot. So like I said, like this takes place in Ecuador. So which is not a location we often see in media. Um, I want to sort of like try to like show you like how the story would feel like the setting of it, right? A lot of mountains, Amazon rainforesty in some parts. Like there'll be chapters that are in the jungle, but then there'll also be chapters that are more like open vistas, mountain villages. There's also beaches in Ecuador as well. Ecuador is very varied in its types of locations. Like one tiny little country, and has got like mountains, it's got beaches, it's got jungles. It's crazy. Like this is like like stuff like this, like. Let me see if I can find like a better video here. Yeah, this is like to me this is like a really great example of the type of scenes that I want to include in this. Like this. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. So this is Sirius' story. So this is like Canine Thing, the first one. So this would all be in Ecuador, but then Canine Things would have to be like a lot more global. And it actually probably wouldn't even star Sirius. It might star other characters, but Sirius would play an important part. A big inspiration for this actually is that my parents grew up in Ecuador. I grew up in Ecuador for a little bit, but my parents, like my mom grew up in like a cult. This is real. My mom grew up in a cult. And when we think about like, so here's another thing I'm thinking about too, is that when we think about like animal experimentation stories, when we think about like stories about like, animals who are like experimented on and like has to and maybe are like more intelligent or whatever, we think of like animal abuse, and then we think of like abusive parents. Like we think of like the evil scientist parent is what we think of, which is not at all what Canine Thing is. But Sirius's parents, that's actually kind of what they went through. Like Sirius's mom, who was like also my mom, and I'm also Sirius, so like I'm really pulling from my life as well. But like Sirius's mom grows up with like an abusive father, like and her father is also like doing like canine experimentations and stuff. Like there's a story that you would normally expect out of this character is actually given to the mother figure. It's actually given to the parent, and that explains why when Sirius himself is finally born, Sirius, like they treat him very different and with way more support than you would maybe expect, because that's the story they went through, like the animal abuse story. Like they went like the like his mom went through like the story of being abused, being neglected, all of that, what we expect from something like that. And so that to me is like a very important part of this is like the parents' story is like what allows for this entire story to happen in the first place, and like questions about like what does it mean to unconditionally support something, and what are the ways in which we are able to escape from generational trauma. Because even though my mom went through horrific abuse and she went through literally being in the cult, you would never have known based off the way that she raised me and the way that she appreciates and enjoys life. So like this is uh uh like it's mixing a lot of autobiographical, but it's also exploring my own interests too. I just got to make it happen. You know, I got to write it out. I think I'll probably start with like a screenplay. I'll write it out, and then I'll get feedback on it, and then I will keep exploring the story and getting what I can get out of it, and hopefully making something that's like worthwhile and interesting and helps people understand just the infinite possibilities of a non-human story. Because we've got, like, if this is like the type of story we can tell with a dog, then what are the types of story we can tell with spiders? What are the types of stories that we can tell with octopuses? Like, what are we missing out on? Because we don't really think about this stuff too much. Audio is jumping a bit. Oh no. Let me see if I can refresh on my end. I don't think I can. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I'm going to be listening to myself and seeing if I can hear it jumping. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I'm going to be listening to myself and seeing if I can hear it jumping. Okay, I'm going to be. All right, let me know when you're back, by the way.
Episode
Welcome back. Yeah, I hope that wasn't my audio. I don't know. I will. Uh, I'll see what I do. I'll go back in the VOD and I'll see like if there's any if my audio is jumping there. I hope it's not. If it is, we'll figure it out. But yeah, welcome back. Let me see when. Yeah, about 2.5 hours. All right. Okay. But yeah, thank you so much for listening to all that. um, I hopefully that like paints a hopefully that paints a picture, like a clearer picture of like the just like all like why I'm doing like all of this, or like the way in which all of this is headed. Um, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, yeah, I like dogs. I just really like dogs, man. I really like dogs. Like that's literally all I want to transmit to people. Is like I like dogs so much that I want to tell the greatest story that I can with dogs. Um I just think they're neat. I think they're cute, you know? um but it's gonna take a while, you know? Like it's probably it's gonna take years for me to really be able to pull this off. I still gotta figure out how to write a story, right? I gotta figure out how to write a screenplay, and hopefully like this is where people like you come in, and people like Naughty Dog come in, and Sunroku, like you guys can help me with that. Like you guys are the ones who give me the courage to really begin writing this thing and do my best job to make this thing happen. Do I have a dog? I used to have a family dog, and now I don't. I wish I did, and I kind of have to have one at some point because I need to be among the presence of a dog regularly. Yes, yes. Please send me those short stories. Please, 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 please. I really would. I really believe me. I want to read them. Um, yeah, yeah, they are. Um, I Part of the reason why I'm hesitant to getting a dog now is actually because I'm like, I don't know if I can handle the heartbreak. But you know, that's not a good reason. I should get one. I have a lot. I have a lot of. I have a lot of. I have some other ideas about about dogs as well. Here, let me see if I can find this. Hopefully, I didn't delete it. You might like this, or you might appreciate this. This is a video game. This is based on the book that I was talking about, like the one about the game as a dog. This is like a video game version of that kind of. Not exactly, but they're pretty similar ideas. They kind of both spawn from similar sources of inspiration. Um, no, it's not here. Damn it. Okay. Let me see. Maybe it's in here. Um, no. Okay. Uh, what? Whatever. Okay, whatever. I'll if I find it, I'll share it. But it's like a little concept pitch I came up with. I I am feeling courage right now. Like I actually I want to thank you, Marinas, for actually telling me that you how much you like the story idea, because that's reminding me that this is worthwhile. What like the things that are happening in my head, and the things that I'm trying to do, and the life I'm trying to build, the career that I'm trying to build, like this it's worthwhile to try this, and I don't even have to succeed. Like maybe I'll write this story and it's like horrible. But like that's okay, you know? That's okay. I got this. It's like thanks to you, and it's thanks to my friends and my parents, and people who support me, and people are kind to me. And it often feels like when I'm making art, it feels like I'm standing on the shoulders of giants who have helped pave the way. And you know, it's up to me to like carry it through. It's up to me to to actually follow through. Oh, thank you, Marina. Stop. Thank you. Thank you very much. That does actually genuinely matter. It matters to me reading this. Must be close to affiliate. Let's see. I think I'm one follower away. Yep. I'm one follower away. And then the biggest thing holding me back right now is the minimum viewers. But that's okay. Like I think I will get that. Just like by continuing to be myself, continuing to talk, continuing to enjoy what I'm doing, and to continue to be vulnerable. Like I was vulnerable, for example, when I was like sharing my idea with you, because you know, like I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm annoying. Sometimes I think I bother people, and sometimes I think that my ideas are silly. But it is also true that I enjoy sharing, and I enjoy sharing myself, and I enjoy being in front of people, and I enjoy having a voice. I enjoy learning about others, and I enjoy I enjoy being afraid and doing the thing that is scary anyway. And I think those are the types of things that really get you to something like this. Cuz like I could play the game of maximizing my viewership or whatever. And in some ways I am, but there's a difference between somebody who gets to the top and like because their content is algorithmically viable, and then there's somebody who gets to the top, or maybe not even at the top, but somebody who climbs their way up there with people who follow them no matter where they go and no matter who they are. And for me to succeed, like for me to really succeed in the thing that I'm doing, like I don't just need viewership. Like I need people who like me. Like I need people who want to listen to what I have to say, and either watch or play or follow like the projects that I'm creating, not just because it's what of the content, it's because it's by serious goop. Like I can I can make the game that everybody wants to see, and that will be successful, and that'll be fine. But I prefer this. Like I prefer sharing. I prefer being like, hey, I've been thinking about this thing. Do you want to hear about it? Do you want to? Or like if I make a game, it's like, hey guys, guess what? I made a little game. You want to play it? Do you want to play it? It's right here. And I think that's just a more fun way to create. It's more fun way to live. It's harder. Like it is slower in terms of growth, but I think it'll be worth it. There's a reason I love chatting in your streams. Yeah. um yeah, and I really love you chatting in my streams. Like it makes the streams worthwhile. And of course they'd be worthwhile anyway. But and so I never want you to have the expectation. I never want you to have the expectation of, oh no, I gotta be on because Sirius is on, and I'm like meaningful to him, and oh no, I have to do this thing, like I'm committed to this for some reason. I never want you to feel like that. I never want you to feel like if you are only on for like 5 minutes or never, like if this is the last time you're on, I'm not going to think, oh no, Marina's writing. I can't believe they stopped supporting me. Because we all have lives. We all have lives. Things change, and at the end of the day, that's not actually what I want, right? I don't want people to feel obligated to me. What I want is people to be excited, and to be excited about the things that I do, and about me sharing. But I don't want people to feel obligated. I don't want people to think that like, or have FOMO. Like no way. No way, Jose. And this also goes both ways too. Like this goes both ways. Like it's not just your obligation to me, but it's also my obligation to you. It's like now now I know, for example, that like you were on around this time, and I'm generalizing. Like this is not just just to you, but it's like I have people who watch me around this time, and so now there is like a relationship that's happening here where I now the times that I stream might be influenced by that, might be influenced by like wanting to create something for others. Like for example, a thought that I've been having recently is that I want to have more interesting writing content, because some of the people that I watch seem to watch me for like writing stuff, even though I'm not really much of a writer. For example, that's like a thought that I've had in my head, and whether to pursue that thought or not, like and the choice in that depends on so many different factors. and so I guess what I'm trying to say is that like but you and I both have a role to play here and a job to play here, which is to try to try to be honest with ourselves, and try to follow our honesty. Like, what is it that we really want versus what is the thing that we feel like we should do. So when I say that, like, I love it when you chat in here, that creates that creates something, that creates a feeling that, like, yes, it feels good to hear that, or might feel good to hear that, but also it might make you feel bad if for example, if my content starts being boring, and then you might feel like you have to stick around and maybe you don't want to, or whatever. uh that is like a possibility that might happen. Like, maybe I'll get a stroke, like, maybe I'll get a stroke. That would be unfortunate. That would wreak a lot of problems into my goals, but it could happen. Stream last time I was doing this really fun exercise. She generated 10 random words. And we had a 3 minute to write story, poem, and write about that word. Good for writing practice. We had a blast. Oh, that's a great idea. I'm gonna screenshot that. That's a really wonderful idea. I love like different games. I love like having writing games. Something that could work, because I do have programming skills, is I could create like a website, like a writing game website or something that like makes these streams more interactive. That's like uh a thought that I've had right now. Even though I have the overall goal, and now you know what the plan is, right? Now you know what the mission is, like the Canine thing mission. So now that you know what that is, now you also understand why I am, uh or like, if I detract from that, let's say I focus on other things, like let's say I spend some time making interactable games that aren't related to dogs at all. They're like very Twitch focused games. Then that this is a it's a small part in this larger effort, that like all these different side quests that I'm doing is that might feel tangential, is all working towards this thing. And actually, fun fact is that this is why I changed my name to Sirius Goob. The story that I came up with about this dog named Sirius, I came up with that before I changed my name to Sirius Goob. So growing up, I was called Goob, like by friends. So I always had Goob as a nickname. But I was in a drama class. I was like in an improv class, and somebody asked me, like, I need to say my own name. And then at the time, what I thought my name was, I didn't want to say it anymore. It didn't really feel like me. And I didn't know yet what to change my name to. But thinking about function, I knew that I wanted to create this game called Canine Thing with this dog named Sirius. That was so important to me. It was important enough to me that I changed my name literally because of it, to always remind myself that is a thing that I want to create. That is a thing that I want to do. And no matter what side quests I go through, no matter what tangents I follow, no matter how life plays out, like that is my North Star. And that it's actually okay for me to take these side quests. And it's okay for me to take an unexpected route, because that is the journey of art. The journey of art is always unexpected. In a way, I've already created Canine Thing. I've already created the character named Sirius Goob. It might not be exactly what I was talking about, right? But it is that it already exists. It's me. I'm born. Hello. Hi. And that sort of guides me. That is what that is what enables me to to have the courage to plunge into these things, to like plunge into streaming, and to not feel like I'm wasting time just because I am uh doing something else. And so that's where the name Sirius comes in. In a way, it's almost like it is like it's a jump to the future. And then the name Goob is like a tether. It's like a tether, like a rope that anchors me back to Earth. If you sort of notice these colors, like Sirius is the more like spacey colors and Goob is more earthy colors. The word Goob to me is a reminder that the reason why we do all these things, the reason why we study, the reason why we practice, the reason why we go through so much effort to create art is because at the end of the day, we're all doing this to have fun. What is life without being Goob, you know? Being Goob is the most important thing. That is gold. That is divine. So I am serious. This is the name that my family calls me now. And I am also Goob. And some days I call myself serious, and some days I call myself Goob. So that's what the name is. Like that's the meaning behind the name. Let me see what you're saying though. Although let me do this. Yeah, let's do it this way. I hadn't seen anyone do it before. I was like, this is actually so useful to help me improve. And she was like, yeah, I'm just procrastinating. Oh, we talk about the game. Yeah, that game is a really good idea. I really, really, really like it. The trying to think about what it is that I was thinking about earlier, and I forgot. But yeah, at some point you'll get to hear my other story ideas, because I have other story ideas about dogs. Will I have like one. So I'm sort of like ordering them in the way that makes most sense to me. Canine Thing comes pretty late. Like that story, like the full version of that story will be. I expect it to be a pretty defining moment in my career. So before then, I am actually exploring this other version of Sirius, who is this talking dog, who's a green dog. So I have like the green Sirius, and then I have like the blue Sirius. The green Sirius is me. This is like the earthy Sirius, and then there is the blue Sirius, who is like the Canine Thing Sirius. So um uh there's a lot to this. There's like I'm trying to figure out exactly like how to best explain all this branding and stuff, but I've really been thinking a lot about the best way to build up to this. Um, I think here's what I think, Mariners. I think that it is time to end my stream. I think we're reaching the 3 hour mark, and see things different, similar to having different projects. Yeah, I would love to hear about your projects. I would love to. I said my time to stream is almost up, but if you want to talk about, if there's anything that you want to talk about, I would love to hear. Like I can stick around for a little bit. I'm just informing. I am also informing you that I think that this is the end of the Gooby stream around that. Except for the questions and answers at the end. I think that'll be fun though. Like now that I think about it, like I think it'll be fun to have like a little like at the end of the stream, just to have more of a focus on chatting. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Everything we're doing is in the effort to figure things out, and that's the beautiful part about being an artist and being a creator. Just having side projects. Yeah. No, I think Actually, I think a lot of artists probably are secretly like this too, where they just have a lot of different things going on. But um, that's the thing about art, man. It's like you never know. You never know what the journey is gonna be. You just gotta dive and hope for the best, or not even hope for the best. Just like hope, just enjoy it while you can. I think that's a better outlook. It's just like enjoy how weird and chaotic it is, and how many turns and routes it takes for you to get somewhere. Um, yeah, I will catch you around. I'm gonna be streaming, I think tomorrow, and I think I'll take a break on Wednesday, and then the rest of this week might be tough actually. I will admit I might have difficulty finding more time to stream this week, but if so, it'll be around the usual time. So we'll see. If not next week for sure, things will get back on track. And maybe I'll have some new surprises. Like maybe I'll have some new things about my presentation that to check out. So yeah, I'll catch you around. Goodbye. Ruff, 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 ruff.